Hello internet, welcome back, welcome to my channel. My name is Tori and today's video is my reading challenge, my TBR reading challenge, where my goal is to read practically everything on my TBR. And for this month, the TBR counts at 75. I'm gonna start by pulling in a manga because I did not pull in a new manga for last month, and let's just jump into it. So let's pick a new manga since I did finish Kami-sama Kiss and just didn't pull anything in for it. So a 3, a 2, a 1. I did add more stuff to that list. Oh my god, so I'm gonna be reading Fairy Tail number 1. This is what it looks like. I do have the Five Below exclusives for volumes 1 to 3. Apparently, according to Reddit, they are the same. I do not know how many manga books there are of Fairy Tail, but there's a lot because this is an oldie but a goodie. First published in 2006, so I'm very excited for this one. As of this moment, my TBR is still 75 books. I'm going to start keeping like avid track of that because that is the problem. There are 208 pages in Fairy Tail. So I would say right now, my 3 focus books are Fairy Tail, The Most Heretical Last Boss Queen, which I think this is going to be the one I'm going to try and finish. And slowly but surely, I have been going through all the bright places. I want to make a set list of like where I want to be at for each book for, you know, for the end of this month. So I'm gonna write all that down and then we'll talk about it. I'm gonna put an infographic up and we're gonna go over everything. So this is my current TBR and my reach goals, stretch goals, whatever we wanna call them goals. So starting off with Fairy Tail, my goal is to finish. Should be easy. Now, I do want to finish this book, but as a safe precautionary measure, I want 75% of this book done. At the moment, 45% of the book is done. So, should be easy. Next, all the bright pages. My goal is to get it to 30%. It's currently at 27. I don't know, maybe those couple pages I read will be really good and then I keep reading it, but in case they aren't, only 3% I want to complete for this month. Next is How to Get My Husband on My Side. That is an online novel that I read. I'm currently 35% done the book. I would like to get to 45. It's relatively easy for me to read that book. It's just remembering to read that book. That's the issue. This one. The one I said I was gonna finish in May. I'm currently 54% done the book. My goal is to get to 60. If I can do more than that, great. If I can't, I wouldn't be surprised, you know? Next, The House by Christina Lauren has been on here and I have not read it. So my goal is to get to 2% done. I don't know how many pages that would be, but 2%. Next is Lolita. I'm currently 43% done the book. My goal is to get to 50. Then Ascendance of the Bookworm, I'm at 13%. My goal is to get to 20%. Ideally, I do want to read this all soon because this is my only light novel one. So I'm debating turning around and selling this one and then just having the manga, but I do want to read this one first. Next, I have the light novel version of Death as the Only Ending for the Villainess. I don't really want to read this in this next month, so I wanted to just stay at 30. If I read it, I read it. If I don't, doesn't matter. And last but not least, Where She Went. I'm currently at 60%. I would like to get to 20%. So, yeah. Interesting. Hopefully I can do it. hopefully those aren't too bad. I feel like this is also a good way of showing how sometimes I will pick up these books, read them for 15 minutes, and then put them back down. Because I feel like how I currently do things, it's very hard to tell. Hopefully this makes it easier. I feel like I gotta do real talk because it's like I am struggling as an individual, but then also just trying to get things done, and then there's people combating me from getting stuff done, but I'm trying so hard to just be authentically myself and also be productive without even, you know, taking my disabilities into any sort of account. Like, as of this moment, I literally have 3 videos filmed, but just every time I could edit them, I don't, because it's not a top priority compared to everything else I have to do. And finding that happy medium sucks because it means I've been leaving stuff half-assed. Like, these pants on top of here is because they don't fit in my dresser, and instead of me once again going in and trying to declutter more stuff, I'm like, just leave it on top. It's fine. It's not fine. It's ugly and it blocks up one of my favorite paintings, because these are all prints from an artist named Bailey J. But yeah, my favorite ones, I can't even look at it. There's supposed to be one right there. I have a poster that's not even fully up on the wall because I won't stand up on the stool to do it. And it's not laziness, because I am doing stuff, but I'm not fully completing the task I'm setting out to do. I have Cricut stuff on the floor that needs to go into a holder that I bought to go onto my attic door, but I don't want to move the stuff to get to the attic. I haven't finished reading a book this month, even though I've read pages of it, just because I don't want to commit the time to it. Like, there's just, yeah, that's how I feel. I'm struggling. I even call myself now. I'm editing my vacation vlog to put up, because I always do. And I'm at the part where I can't finish because I have to find the cord for my GoPro, because my GoPro, I don't know why, but I always lose the cord for it. So I need to go find it. So now I'm like, I need to stop what I'm doing and just not do it anymore because I don't know where the cord is. Yeah. Like, it's not procrastination because I'm getting stuff done. It's kind of like, I don't think I have ADHD. I wouldn't be surprised if I did. But I think my main issue is a different mental disability that maybe if I ever feel comfortable enough to talk about, I will talk about it. But I'm not completing my tasks at all. I have a bag of stuff right next to my desk that has to be listed on Poshmark and Depop, and I haven't done it. I've listed my stuff on Pongo Books. I wanted to list, no problem. They're actually all sitting right here. Realize I own 2 Perks of Being the Wallflower. Yeah, I like the book, but I don't need to own 2 of them, considering my cherished copy is not even in my possession anymore. Whole nother story for another day. But yeah, I'm struggling. I appreciate you all watching me and being here. Because I am now, you know, losing followers, and it happens. I'm inconsistent. That's what I get for being inconsistent. And I'm trying hard to not let it get to my head, but it's getting to my head. So I need to get my stuff together so I don't have to stress about the little things. Yeah. Maybe I can do it. Maybe. Just maybe. Hopefully. Today is the July the 17th. I have a massive migraine. I've iced it, so it's workable for now. But I finally just done a bulk of the stuff that has been consuming me for the month, which is stuff for my first market, So now I'm at like a manageable state of doing all that. I'm gonna dump Coke down the sink, so that's what you're gonna hear. So I've iced my migraine, so since it's a workable state, I'm gonna edit a couple videos that have been filmed but needed to be edited, and then I really want to finish Fairy Tail. I want to finish both Fairy Tail and Last Girl Boss Queen, but I'm not gonna pull a new manga till I finish Last Girl Boss Queen. So that is going to be my motivator for this, because I keep staring at the books on my shelf since I, once again, you know, reorganized it. I forgot I had a video planned. Oops. Sorry, Monica. I'm so fucking scatterbrained. So I want to finish both of those before I can pull in 2 new ones. I will keep the one manga with the wheel because that is fun. I do enjoy that. But there's a couple books I've really been wanting to read. I gotta read them. So my goal today is to edit Paranormal Panativity, upload that, and then I might upload an empties video, so you might get 2 videos today. I need to film Beauty A to Z that I'm behind on, but American Painting Story is already filmed. So then I need to film a Partners in Cream, I don't think I'm gonna do a Mario update, but I gotta film 50 update, and then Throwback 30 finale later at the end of this month. I might not update Paranormal Panativity because since it's going up here, it's just not gonna go up in a week. So time to get to it. It's still the 17th. I just finished Fairy Tail Volume 1 about an hour ago. I'm trying to refix my sleep schedule because yesterday I didn't feel good, so I went to bed at 7. So I'm trying to stay up till like 12:01. So now that Fairy Tail's done, I'm going to wait till tomorrow to roll something in. And in the meantime, I'm gonna keep chipping away at Last Girl Boss Queen. I know it's not Last Girl Boss Queen, but that's what it's gonna be called for me. Today is the 19th. Believe it or not, it's 10:50 a.m., but it is pouring outside, so it's very, very dark. So since I last updated, I did finish Fairy Tail. This is the first one. I have 2 and 3. I did just rate it 4 stars. I'm going to keep collecting it eventually, because this is pretty much my, what's it called? The anime that got me started. Gatekeep anime. No, not Gatekeep. It's something like that. I can't remember. So I haven't been reading the Last Boss Queen as much. Instead, I've been reading Ascendance of a Bookworm. So I'm now 60% done the book. My goal is to finish this so I can put it on my Pongo, because I have the manga of this and I'd much rather collect the manga than the light novel. But I still want to read the light novel. Like, I still want to read this since I have it. So I'm going to read it, hopefully finish it today, and then list it on my Pongo. It's going to be only in good condition because there's a little, like, blip right there. And I don't know if I caused that or if I just had it when I got it. But, yeah, my goal is to finish this today. Good morning. It's morning for me. Today is the 20th. It is like 10 o'clock in the morning. Last night I was up till midnight reading this. I am 93% done. I have 20 pages left. I have 20 pages left of the book. I'm at like 240 something. There's 267 pages in there. My goal is to finish this and then directly list it on my Pongo. Not gonna lie, I'm hurting for money a bit. So gonna girl boss my way to infinity like I always do. And list some shit. The struggle is real. I cope everything with my humor, if you couldn't tell. It's like almost 11 now. I'm pretty much done this. I'm in the epilogue. But I realized that I didn't like give synopsis of either of the books I just read. So if you hear jumping around, it's my rabbit, my rodent. For Fairy Tail, pretty much the main character is this girl Lucy, And it's her adventure of becoming a full-fledged wizard, because they're all wizards in this, but not necessarily like Harry Potter type wizards. It's more, well, she is. She uses keys instead of a wand, and she has spirits she connects to because she is a celestial wizard. But this dude's a fire dragon. He's supposed to fight dragons. That's how strong his power is that he can fight dragons. So the whole fairy tale franchise is her journey involving him, because they end up being grouped, and then later down the line more people join their group, and the guild is called Fairy Tale that they're in. Yeah, I love this one. There's definitely parts of it that are cheesy and some little fan service, because did this come out 2010? 2006. So yeah, there is some cheesiness to it. I think Fairy Tale's main storyline finished in 2021. But they are starting a new storyline, which is the 100 Years Quest, which I do have the first manga for. So now on to Ascendance of a Bookworm. This is the main character, main, and it is an isekai where she was originally a librarian in Japan who died on her first day of work. So now she gets transported and teleported to a world where it's like medieval. I guess it would be the best way to describe it. Medieval, she is a commoner, she's not a noble. And all she wants is books. She's in love with books. That's what she did in her past life. That's what she wants to do in this life. However, only nobles can have books. She cannot read. There's no books for poor people. They can't even afford parchment paper to write on. So she can't even write her own stories. So, especially this one, it goes through her trials of first trying to make books and make products from what she's used to with the products in this new world. Like, she made shampoo because she couldn't stand the living conditions of, for lack of a better word, the slums that she lived in, because that's pretty much what it is kind of described as. So yeah, I really like this one. It's very creative, and I also just, the nerdy side of me really likes the ties to history. So like the ties to her previous knowledge of her previous life, because she'll reference stuff not only from Japanese culture, which was the culture she came from, but she'll reference Egypt, reference other stuff to help her reach her goals. Like it a lot. Watch, after I read this one, when I do the wheel spin for the new manga, because that is going to happen at the, before this vlog is over, watch me get watch me get the manga version. There's technically like another 20 pages because for some reason Goodreads doesn't have the epilogue included in its numbers. That doesn't surprise me. It happens sometimes with some of these. I don't know why, but when people put it in, they don't put in the afterword, and it's like, buddy, it's still a part of the book. Unless people just don't read afterwards, and I'm like one of the only ones that do. Anyway, I finished it, Rosie. I ranked it just 4 stars because, I don't know, it's not like my die-hard favorite series, but it is good. So 4 is my average. Today is July the 24th. I'm in my ugly kitchen. Well, this is like a half kitchen, but it works. It's whatever. And I don't know what I want to do. Because I haven't been reading, because I need to girl boss. I need to make some money. So I've been girl bossing. It's been working, but just not as much as I would like. literally anyone ever. But I don't know. I thought I would have had more of a little chunk of change by now, but I only have a micro amount. So my next idea is to possibly just do a straight up book declutter and list them all, because that book that I finished, because I was like, I really should sell it since I have the manga and I'm gonna collect the manga anyway, that sold within like an hour of being on the app. So yeah, but I forgot when I listed it, I technically had a sale going on, so I didn't make as much money as I could have, but money's money and I need all I can get. So I should just mention, it's because I'm not working right now. I thought I would have had a job by now. I got declined from the one interview. No reason why, just got declined. I love that. I love that. Yeah, so girl bossing, that's the way I gotta do it. But because of that, I haven't been reading because I've been focusing on everything else. So we will see what happens. I feel like I should mention that my job, like I do have a job currently. I was just trying to get a better one that would actually kind of use my degree, because the job I currently have doesn't use my degree and it's only from September to June. So I practically have to get rehired every year. So it's not even fully guaranteed employment. But yeah, I was trying to get better and didn't get it. So I given up for a little bit. Don't tell my mom that though, but I have, because I gotta save my sanity for over what I have left of it. You know? So something I'm starting to do in the thumbnails of these vlogs, I did it for May and I did it for June, which is uploaded yesterday, the time I'm filming this. I'm adding the current TBR counter. The last like couple months, it's been stuck at 75 because I'll finish one and then get a new book in my life. But at the moment, we brought it down to 73. And by we, obviously I mean me, but you know. I brought it down to 73, so hopefully it can stay at 73 and I don't have any other urges of stuff to buy. Hopefully. Hi, it is now July 30th, so let's wrap this vlog up because I don't see myself reading today or tomorrow. So we're going to just go over everything and go over how this past month was. So as of this current moment, I have completed 11 books out of my yearly goal of 23. So I am 48% done and I am apparently 2 books behind schedule. Thank you, Goodreads. Thank you. So last time I made the list of every single book that was on my TBR and where I wanted to be by the end of the month. So the first book was the Fairy Tale Volume 1 manga. My goal was to finish it and I did finish that book. The next one on the list was the Most Heretical Last Boss Queen. This is volume 2, or novel 2. Sorry. This is a light novel. It's novel 2, not volume. My goal with this was to be 75% completed. As of this moment, I am 62% completed. Let me just make sure I haven't read anything else yet. I'm on page 178 out of 286, so close, but I did not hit that 75, so L. I was gonna do an L with the, the right hand. That's not an L. Next one to talk about is All of the Bright Places. So my goal with this one was to get it to 30% completed. Oh, I didn't touch this one. I thought I did. I did not touch this one. So All the Bright Places is still at 27% completed. I'm on page 102 out of 378. My bookmark's also falling down. It's a little red panda. But yeah, I didn't touch this one. Next was my first online novel for How to Get My Husband on My Side. I just got back into reading online last night, so I did not touch this one. I was reading webtoons. So my goal is to get to 45% done. I'm still rocking 35 right now. it's just what happened. And then I thought I read some of this. I guess I only read the other ones. That kind of sucks. This is Yes Please by Amy Palmer. My goal for this past month was to get it to 60%. I am at 54. I'm at page 177 out of 329. So, sucks. I thought I'd read that one, but I didn't. I did read some of these instead though. So, the first one I did read a little bit was The House by Christina Lauren. My goal was to get this to 2% because originally I was at 1%. So I just wanted to read a little bit more to start and get the feel for the book. So I did read that 2%. I'm on page 6 out of 384. I don't know. So far compared to the other, not horror, because they're not horror, they're more like thriller novels I've read, this intro hasn't bored me yet. I mean, I'm only 6 pages in, so it could go downhill from here. You never know. But compared to the other one, I feel like I'm getting a good understanding of the book. Because, what was the last one I read? The Visitors? I could not, the Visitors messed me up, man. Not in a good way. It was bad. Anyway. Next, a goal that was completed was to get a little farther in Lolina. My goal for this month was to get it to 50%, and I did get it to 50%. I am now at 185 out of 368. We gotta talk about the other book I finished. So, I did finish Ascendance of a Bookworm Part 1, Volume 1 of the light novel. I do no longer own it now because I did turn around and sold it after I finished. Like, I literally sold the day I put it on Pongo Books. It was meant to be. So my goal for this past month was only to read 20% of it, but I read all of it, so I'm proud of myself there. Next, for If I Stay, no, this is the sequel to If I Stay. This is where she went. My goal was to get it to 20%, and I did. I'm now on page 54 out of 264. I could probably bang this one out. It's just very slow because this is, at least for the first part of the book, it's mostly coming from the guy's perspective. Why can't I think of his name? Adam. It's coming from Adam's perspective, and he's dealing with a lot of, like, just trauma, and it's hard. Adam in this, at least the beginning parts of the novel, is very, very self-destructive because of what happened at the end of the first novel. And, like, understandable, makes sense. It's fucking traumatic. Sometimes it's very hard to read, or at least very hard for me to read. So I am happy that I got to the 20%, but I don't know how I feel about this one. I feel like there's another one that I could read and then just straight up sell, but also don't know who would really want it. But you never know on Pongo, you never know. I am going to pull in one new read for this one, and we'll do the manga roulette wheel at the next intro. Also, I did forget to say, for the other light novel, Death Was Only End for the Villainous, it's still at 30% because I did not really want to read it. So my goal was to keep it there, and then I kept it there. So the book I'm bringing in is more of a educational book. You know, I want to switch up my reading, so educational book time. This is called Twitter and Tear Gas: The Power and Fragility of Networked Protest. Yeah. I was a journalism major, if you couldn't tell. So, I want to read this. I only have a couple educational books currently in my collection to be read, and I think this one is going to be one that will really grab my attention, and I heard a lot of good things about this one, so that is my goal, to read this one. It is a big boy. How many pages is in this one? Also, as I'm pulling it up, I want to start counting how many books are currently on my TBR, so we got it down to 73 this month. I currently have 73 books on my TBR, and throughout my journey on Goodreads, I have read 65 books. So, pretty happy that I am no longer at the 75 mark, because I was sitting on 75 TBR books for the past 5 months, because I would read one and then I would get another one. Either I bought it or it was a gift. But either way, it's a little. I do want to say this book might be a little dated because it was published in 2017, and obviously a lot has happened between 2017 and 2023. So I think from also that like cultural standpoint, it's going to be really cool to see the difference, because obviously social media activism is a thing. A lot of us saw it during the Black Lives Matter protests during 2020 and 2021. So we all know, obviously now it's a thing. So I want to see especially what they thought of social media activism when it first started to show, first come to light. My thing is not loading. So this has 326 pages, a thickie, but I'm okay with that. So very interesting. Got a very weird selection of books this month. I mean, obviously some of the culprits are the same. Hopefully I can read one of these culprits. But I'm excited to see what happens next month. So I want to say thank you so much for supporting my reading vlogs. Let me know any thoughts, comments, complaints down in the comment section down below. And I hope you have an amazing day or night whenever you're watching this. Peace out, Girl Scout.